Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. No, I won't be singing you back in. Right? I'll be introducing.
Unless you guys request.
Oh my gosh. It is our final segment for the morning. As a matter of fact, very interesting international Lego competition that's coming up, and it's approaching very fast. And we are seeing some very, very wonderful work being done here. But we're not the pros. The pros are in. Jamie Usher, who is a principal at Belize High School, she's in with us. Marcelli Young, who is an IT teacher at BHS. And of course, we've got Fabiana Pedrini, who is in with us. She represents Plan Ceibal. Yeah. We got it correctly. Guys,
right.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's so nice to have you in. This is a wonderful creation, complete with a flag.
Yeah. Okay, so
Wait, we're talking about Legos.
well, Lego and robotics.
Okay, all right.
So first of all, we're here to promote our national tournament happening this Saturday.
Okay.
So Fabiana is our partner from Uruguay, and she's here as the national coordinator. So Belize High School is only hosting. We've taken the enormous responsibility. We have lots going on behind the scenes right now, but we've taken the responsibility of hosting this national tournament. And so Fabiana's job is to travel to all the partner countries, eight countries to coordinate their national. Imagine that's her job, right?
She's like, I'm like, wow.
So she's here coordinating. We're here hosting, and our thing is just to get this out to more people. So the first disclaimer is that it's not too late to get involved in First Lego League.
Okay.
There is a national competition happening Saturday.
Primary, secondary level, what level?
Primary school.
Okay.
Ages 9 to 14 is the demographic. And so part of our promise to you every time we come on the show, whatever exciting things we have going on, our commitment is to share. So we share for debate, we share for high school robotics, and so true to our word, we're trying to promote elementary school robotics now.
Nice.
So you had to sing, so my first intro to what this exposure is that Miss Cuellar has to build. So I have...
She's good at that.
I actually love Legos.
All right.
Yeah, there
So
you go.
did you know they never used to have Legos for girls? Now they're just starting to make them?
Well, this is the big thing about why we lose girls at that critical age, because usually the toys divide them right away. So you either go Barbie or you go G.I. Joe, and G.I. Joe
or Legos.
legs you into all of the Lego stuff. So I have in my hand all the pieces you need.
What am I making?
Think about it now. A duck.
A duck?
I won't limit you by showing you what it could look like, because I want you to use your creativity, your perspective, and I promise you there's no wrong answer.
Okay.
You can.
I mean, it could be a duck of my imagination.
Yes. So we won't have the pressure on you. We'll just chat with him. But you remember the last duck you saw, and I promise you have all the pieces that you need there.
I see an eye.
So
all right, so let's do it.
So she can talk about more of what the responsibility is to coordinate.
And once again, Fabiana, welcome to Belize. We hope this is the first country that you're visiting on your 8th.
For this year,
from this year is the second. From this season is the 4th.
Okay, so tell us about it. I mean, it is a new challenge for education in our country, and I say challenge because that is what human beings love. We love a new challenge, and especially building Legos. Talk to us about it.
So FIRST is a non-profit organization from the US with a goal to motivate students into STEM, in engineering. So this has been going for almost 20 years, and they...
this is
She's
my
proud of
duck.
that. Duck, there you go.
My duck is ready.
And
I what?
you kissed it.
I guessed it?
You kissed it.
Oh, you kissed it?
Yeah. So we've been doing First Lego League in Uruguay for almost 7 years. And 7 years ago, Lego asked us to be the regional operational partner for Latin America to motivate more students here. Since the reality in US and Europe is not the same here, we need to be careful on how do we share things with the kids, right? As you said before, robot is only for guys, Lego is only for guys, so we don't want them to see that. We want girls into STEM too. We want them to show that STEM is fun. That's the main idea. So my role here is to coordinate the event, just let them know if they're doing everything great or not. But they're doing everything great.
Yeah.
And we've been traveling around the country, also speaking with all the teams and getting to know what First Lego League is.
Yeah.
So the kids, each August, as she said, we have a different theme. This theme this year is City Shaper. So they have 3 evaluation rooms on Saturday. The first one is Innovative Project. So they need to come with a project. They need to define a community and find a problem within that community related to the theme and try to make a new solution.
Wow.
That it has to be real.
That's
So
the first.
That's the first.
So-
Yes.
The second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Second room, they need to design a robot like this one or bigger one.
Yeah. This
That
can
has
look very
to
different.
be programmed and has to do autonomously at least as much as mission as they can in a robot field, build it with Lego in 2.5 minutes. So they need to build a robot and they need to program it.
In 2.5 minutes.
No,
No,
to
two
do
and a
a
half minutes,
course.
they have to do like a lot of missions, but they have at least 8 weeks to do it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So this is like we in the rooms we're going to evaluate the process of the kids during those 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they have the
So that's
third-
building and programming.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the second phase.
So that's the second. Third?
And they have to strategy to see which missions they need to do.
And work along with other kids.
That's
too,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And then the third room is core values. So we want them to know how to work as a team. We want them to know how to work with others, with the teachers, and with the community. So teams need to do community work too and spread the word that STEM is fun
Yeah.
and trying to inspire and motivate more students to get involved too.
How do we put Belize High School up to a challenge of Legos? I mean, this is not the first time we've heard about it, but why work there? Every other school curriculum, you don't hear about Legos.
Well, it's not so much Legos. To me,
Yeah.
it's just about expanding the opportunity. So our big motivation in terms of pioneering in this field, science and technology and STEM, started a couple years ago when we started investing our time in, baby steps towards where we are now.
Yes.
But really the opportunity that we had with FIRST really opens the doors, because once you buy into FIRST, you understand. And I think for me, the biggest block is the core values that sells you on FIRST. So
Yeah.
they have trademarked words like cooperation. Cooperation means that you're learning from each other as you compete. So you're not really figuring out how just to beat someone. You're figuring out what can make you better by what they brought to the table.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there are no losers because everybody brings something different. So
Yeah.
Marlene's duck is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Quack, quack. It might not stand up,
It's
but you
supposed
get...
to float. And that's the feet that go under the water.
That's your
Yeah.
that's your imagination.
Yeah.
But so the things about what brought Lego into this robotic merge is that there has to be something where we are allowing kids younger and younger to discover and to impact and to innovate, so that the world they shape, city shapers, will literally rise above whatever we know now. So I didn't tell her what the duck could look
look
like.
like, yeah.
I just let her do her duck.
Yeah.
So the impact of the
And I was
teachers.
perhaps as basic as I could be. So
That's
I could be
okay.
more
That's
creative.
okay. But that's where the impact of the mentors is
Yeah.
so important, and that's what Miss Young and my team at BHS is trying to spread, because we want to involve teachers along with the students.
Well, see, I wanted to get that insight, because what's interesting to me is that the younger generation is just growing up naturally with a different skill set from we had. We needed actual. In fact, we didn't do Legos. We probably had, maybe the wooden ones instead when we were younger. But they have the games that already teach them some of these fundamentals. What is it like in terms of fostering this idea of innovation, and especially in a context like Belize, where we're kind of just at like the startup point?
The role of a teacher has changed from being a content provider to more that of a mentor and guide.
Yeah.
Pretty much you can find anything online,
Yeah.
but excess of information is out there. So a teacher has to guide onto the students as to where you want them to go.
Yeah.
In terms of innovation, our school in particular, our curriculum is very STEM-based, STEAM-based now. And so we try to incorporate innovation in every possible aspect, whether it's simply just brainstorming on ideas. In this example, this is somewhat of a mini hackathon. We've done hackathons before, where they have to think of the solution for a problem in their society. We met one of the teams, and a student that was watching the presentations had an idea. That student is not a team member whatsoever, and they're like, I wonder about the children who go to the park that are blind. What are they how are they supposed to know where everything is?
Yeah.
So I said, as a mentor, I'm not going to say, well, you can do this, because that's not guiding their thought. So I said to them, well, what do you think needs to be done for
What
that
would you
child?
do?
What would you do if you're the city mayor and you had all the resources, or you're the prime minister and you had all the resources? What would you do? And so they were like, well, I would build a park where, you know, when the children have visual impairment, well, they say blind, they hit with their sticks, and that's how they're here. So I would make the different parts of the park out of different materials so that they can hear. And I'm like, that's an excellent suggestion.
Yeah.
And at your age of 9 and 10, you're thinking of this. I can see how you're going to develop this later on.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Now, I can't begin to tell you how great that is, because what it does is immediately break the walls of the boxes that we try to force kids in all the time. You know, and it gives me an opportunity, Jamie, to point out that while BHS has worked on your robotics program with your school, you've also been expanding it to other children as well. And one of the things we love to do in this country is to put them on a scale, who's going to do better, who's from what area. When you get these children of 9, 10 years old together, how surprised are you in terms of the level of innovation that comes, no matter what school they go to?
Well, I have to just first put out something, that the festival that we have on Saturday, first thing is that no team is identified by their school name.
Right.
Nice.
So the judges are not involved by this is from this school and that is from that school. Second, it's a festival. So some of the clips that we had shared with your production team include real footage showing costumes. So you're just about playing up the element of fun while learning. So they come, the judges have to dress up. So if you come on on Saturday,
that is free.
Yes, and it's free.
And
the public can come right at the gym.
Anything creative.
Anything. So they will see us in costumes. We have students who our high schoolers are actually having a Lego costume contest. Our student council is giving them a prize for a costume contest. But everybody has to have swag as a team. So you have your t-shirts, you have your hats, but then we dress up, because the whole point of it is that when they come to get judged, that we have to, you know, play down kind of the seriousness and just have them be comfortable, so that these kids walk into the room saying, okay, I'm confident in sharing my idea.
Yeah.
And I think where BHS is really looking for, I guess, involvement, is that we are really extending any teacher from any elementary school, you know, find out what we are doing.
We're willing to mentor and guide.
Yeah. So for the summer camp that we're thinking about having, for example, we'll have a registration fee for the students, but the teachers can come and just, you know, spend that day with us at the camp to figure out what's going on, so that if they have to mentor, they can get involved, because, like I said, the impact that it will have for Belize with our young people will be phenomenal.
We're not going to see it today.
No, but paves the way.
Yeah, Fabiana, I think what is the critical point here is there's a change in our mindset that has to take place as adults, and especially as parents who have that direct contact, and teachers in the classrooms. How important is it that children nurture these types of skills from a very young age?
Well, it's quite great, you know.
This is not the youngest one. Yeah, they have a younger one.
Yeah, we have a younger one. There we have so we have first Lego League Junior Discovery from 4 to 6.
Oh my gosh! When do we start?
That's coming next year.
First Lego League Junior from 6 to 10. First Lego League from 9 to 14 or 16 outside US. Then we have First Tech Challenge from 14 to 16, and First Robotic from 16 to 19 or 20 years.
So they have every
guide you through the process.
So this can really impact with the kids, you know. It can bring more ideas to the country. We can have more professionals here and dedicating in the country, you know. Most of the kids, I don't know here, but in South America, they go to study elsewhere and they don't come back. So that knowledge is not coming back to our country.
Yeah.
Same.
I know, it is. It is.
And it plays, it plays to how they graduate, because like this is my daughter's book. She gets Lego for fun, but with Lego education, what they have done is they have put it now where the robot can communicate with the iPad.
Yeah.
So it connects Bluetooth, but now all the instructions are digital.
Yeah.
So this
And
is how,
nonverbal.
you know,
they're no
true to form, Lego and FIRST coming together is an actual, you know, brilliant combination, because now, and they build this faster than the older kids.
Yes.
Wow.
They built, we had a race for the robots, because this comes in pieces.
Yeah.
It's all in Lego pieces.
So that's the Lego. That's the
Yeah.
Lego.
Yes, so the
piece. I
only,
see it,
this
yeah.
brick is the only thing that comes intact, but somebody designed how that will shape up.
See, and that's what I was joking about earlier, because now that I see the book, I realized, so there is a Lego line for girls, and it's actually, I don't know how long it's been around. I clearly just discovered it recently. But I know when we were growing up, it was the boys that get the Legos and the girls that get the dolls.
Yes.
Now, what this has led to is lower involvement of participation of women in engineering. And so,
Fabiana is an engineering student.
Fantastic. And, you know, it takes me back. There's this really fascinating entrepreneur. She found herself being the only female engineering student in all of her classes. And so she went back and she created a line of dolls. It's called Goldie Blocks. And it is showing girls, and it's a doll, but
engineering in
that does
school.
engineering work. So we've identified the problem globally. I mean, this is one way we can get to address it locally. So all of that to
I know
say,
you want to play with
how is our girls, what's the level of involvement from our girls?
Well, it depends on each country. In Uruguay, we have more girls than boys in the FLL teams.
For our team, we always have a great interest from both boys and girls. We try to balance it off. Right now, well, when we started our IT program, because we are a high school that offers an IT as a major, we had 4-2 in terms of boys to girls. But now, in our junior major, it's an even split,
Really?
boys and girls.
Fantastic.
And some of the young ladies are more talented in the technical aspect, and we encourage that as well. Not to say that we don't encourage our boys, because we want them to be a balance, but try to take out, one of the things I start off the semester in saying is there is no gender in IT, because the work has to be done, and we use your strengths. Your strength may be physical, your strength may be intellectual, but we use your strengths, and it goes back to the teamwork and collaboration. So in our robotic team, we had 2 girls and 3 boys that went to represent.
In the hackathon, we
Yeah,
had a
in the
national
hackathon,
winner, all girls.
An all-girls team, and they incorporate the same knowledge and concept of what we learn in robotics, in programming, into everything that we do.
Yeah.
So it's not isolated in the way we instruct at our school, and we try to encourage other schools to do that, not isolate IT and technology from everything else, because it should be blended into everything.
Yeah.
That's true.
But if I could just share, I know Miss Young and I have spoken about this, so we agree. Part of the I guess the continued push to have boys and girls work together is that when they get older and the team is for real and you have to listen to one another, learning to respect one another is an important part. So as female leaders in this field, we have to remember that, you know, the boys may be intimidated for reasons beyond for their past impact. So when you get older and as a man you can accept that the woman has a
They're
fair
equal.
opinion, it opens the door for a lot better collaboration, because you're not coming with some preconceived, oh, she's a girl, she doesn't know what
Right.
she's doing.
So what are you guys seeing then? Because then I love the thought process. I love the fact that this is the way forward, and I'll brag, by the way. My daughter is an engineering student. Just to throw it out. Just to throw it out.
Good.
You don't look like you're old enough to have a daughter who's an
She's
engineering.
19 going on 20 this year.
Wow.
So, yes. So, what is the thought process? What have you guys been seeing, especially being a part of Belize High School over the past few years? What are we seeing in today's day and age with the children that are coming in? Are the females much more open to speak their mind? But are the males much more open to accept that they're able to speak their mind?
And that's one of the reasons we are catering to elementary school, because
Yes.
it's culture and it's condition.
We have to change them
And
younger
we have to
and
change
Of
it.
course.
So in the high school, by the time we get them in the high school, they're open because they're going through teenaging experience together. It's a whole new experience for them together.
Yes.
And so we want to make sure that that starts even lower. Because in very lower level primary school, boys and girls blend in everything. It's as they get older, we start separating them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
We,
now it's
the
kind of merging them
adults,
back
do it.
in.
Yeah.
This is definitely one way to do it. When we saw the different teams in the different districts doing it, there's no separation of boys and girls. There is none. We adults are the ones that are enforcing
Separating
and
them.
separating that. So if we take that component out, then there's not the stigma of girls, boys, girls in STEM or in IT, boys in STEM and IT. Yes, we want to empower our young ladies, but we don't forget our boys in the process either.
Of
course
It can't. It has to be a balance.
And if I could offer, what we do see when we do international exposure is that we see the need to continue to promote on our end. So
Yeah.
it is a tremendous responsibility, and we can't thank everyone who has come in to help us promote this and to support it. But we see that Belize can be just as competitive, but we have to keep at it. It's not something we can let down. It's not something we could say, oh, we're just poor little Belize, we're third world. When we go out there, we realize that we are actually at an advantage more often than not with the countries that show up right there side by side with us. So, you know, like we had a discussion yesterday about an innovation project with the parents, and their problem was traffic. Congestion, and she had a good laugh because she's like, if you come to my country, it's 3 million people, you know, then you will see traffic. or if you go to LA and you don't move a spot in an hour and a half, then you will
That's
see
it,
traffic.
Yeah.
So in terms of perspective, I think this is why we do our best to put the international, it has to go where you can't stay where you are and stay enveloped. You have to go and see what's
You
there.
need the
because
exposure.
the promotion of the innovation project that I like is that while it can include an existing solution, your twist has to be there.
Yeah.
So it's not about traveling to Finland or Greece or Singapore and coming back and say, this is how they do it there.
Yeah.
It's about traveling there and say, that's what's working there. How can I bring that
Implement
solution
that.
and bring it to
Yes.
make it my own so
Yes.
that it can make Belize better?
Yeah.
Because they have things that we don't have.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so meat pie for breakfast was a completely new experience for Fabiana.
Yeah.
You know, so
And even if you do rural urban dynamic in Belize, if you
Yeah.
get
Well-
like a school from Ladyville coming in, they're
Exactly.
gonna have different solutions. Someone maybe
But
in
the big
middle
push is that Lego does not end at the competition
Yeah.
date. You have to keep promoting it. And
Yes.
so we do have to acknowledge the mayor of Belmopan,
Yes.
Mayor Khaled
Wonderful
Belail.
support.
Yeah.
He right away, he got excited like you, and he right away, he was like, you know, I'm in this, I'm sold. And for him as the mayor of the capital city and
Yeah.
the bustling that's happening on the outskirts of Belmopan, there is a real need for proper planning,
Yeah.
sewage, drainage, everything. And that's what this project exposed the 100 kids to this season. But we can't wait to hear what's happening
Till summer, yeah.
August 1st when we hear what they'll learn next. So we will keep this learning going. And like I said, if you could promote our summer camp exposure,
It
that
would be
we
very
want
well.
the kids to come and learn about city
Yeah.
in preparation.
If they haven't been to the summer camp, this Saturday is the best opportunity to get their first
To see.
exposure.
Yeah, come
Now,
see.
you're talking about you still have space for participants, right?
For August?
No,
We-
for
Saturday.
Oh
Saturday.
no, the teams have their
Teams
kits.
have
They
their
have
Oh,
to
they're
build
ready.
an
Yeah,
entire
they're
city.
ready.
They have to program the robot. They have
So
to.
how many participants do we have?
We have 100, right around 100, 90 to 100 kids participating.
9 to-
Yeah, 9 to 14. Yeah. So they're
Wow.
coming Saturday
Are
with
we
their
only doing
swag.
Belize City?
Yeah, we
No,
have from
there's
Belmopan.
4 teams from Belmopan, 4 from Belize City, 1 from San Pedro, and then outside judges wise, we have St. Martin de Porres sending a judge, so they're in it. They're on the outside, but they're in. And Hummingbird Elementary is sending a teacher to be an outside judge, and then we have a
Excellent.
sponsor. So we're hoping, like I said, we have limited participation this year. We're trying to blow it up a little because our number is 15 for season 2. We want 15 teams from Belize.
What time do we start?
About 9 a.m. is the judging, but that's closed door. So the public can come to see the robot games in the afternoon about 12:30. You could come over
In
to
our
the gym.
auditorium.
There's no charge.
Free, come
You
on
walk in and hopefully it's a festival of the eyes and
You're
a
gonna
fun.
be
People are
wild,
going
you're
to be
gonna
in
be wild.
costume, so, dress up if you want.
So, and then the team that wins this trophy, 10 students up to 2 mentors, travels
We'll win
to...
that trophy?
It's
Yes,
a trophy.
this is
You
a
didn't see
trophy.
that?
You
Yes,
win
I
that
saw it
trophy.
afterwards.
So you
But I
get
didn't-
to...
I thought they were going
Can
to
I
build
just see it?
something
Am I
like
gonna
that.
break it?
No, you won't. You
No,
won't break
okay.
Lego. You can travel to Houston, or they will travel to Houston.
The winner.
to represent Belize in the national or the world championships.
Houston, we coming!
Yes, so Belize has a spot already. It's just to decide which 10 people will go with their 2 teachers. And
Yeah.
so we are very excited. Like I said, Belize is on the map. We have to say we're not the last for this region. you know, so we're good.
Now,
Excellent, excellent.
how do you judge these types of competitions? What are you looking for?
Yeah, what do you look
Where I'm looking for fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking for sharing the experience between the kids and for them to be motivated to come next year
Yeah.
and to inspire more kids to be involved with it.
Yeah.
Because if we do it right with these 10 teams, next year maybe we are not having 15, we're going to have 20 maybe.
Yeah.
Because we are depending on these kids to have fun, to learn, and to tell his classmate or his friend, hey, you know what? This is fun, you should do it.
Yeah, perfect.
And it's
Excited.
robotics and Lego. So you're
Yeah, so
building
put your
and
duck,
you're
put your
coding.
duck on top of the robot, and that's what you
Oh,
get.
yeah, it goes
you get
for a ride.
iPad, you get robot, you get Lego, and you have to solve a problem in Belize. So.
Fascinating.
Perfect.
So some of the footage, I don't know if it was playing,
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
involves
was.
things like moving around the city. So you have to release the wheelchair swing, you have to put the block on top of the tree, you have to clear the traffic jam. So the
That has-
robot,
has to
the
do it.
robot flips up the traffic. If only it were that easy, flips up the traffic bed so it can go down.
Oh my
So-
God.
and they only have
innovation in this
2.5 minutes. So I promise you, you will get the excitement of a football game.
Yeah.
But it's a sport of the mind, and that's a trademark of FIRST. It's to excite you
And
academically.
everybody wins. That's the important thing. Everybody,
Everybody.
It's
so
a
there's
free
no
event.
loser. Yes,
Free
it's
event.
a free event.
Okay. Event.
Yeah.
And you could go on down there at about 12:30 and see what they've got to offer.
Yeah.
And everybody want dolls up. Everybody want
Yes.
big toes.
Yes, we are.
We would
you know,
love for elementary school, primary school children to come on over and see firsthand, touch the Lego, get the interactive session with it.
Yeah.
We're also going to have our robots that we have been doing at the high school on display for demonstrations, so the children can also enjoy working along with the robot as well. And we have a little MBOT competition that we're doing during the lunch break for pure entertainment. So that's a different little robot that we use in our robotic program for younger children as well. And so it's just going to be fun as it relates to STEM innovation.
Yeah. Can I
Perfect.
just share that the exciting information for this year is that FIRST has partnered with Lucasfilms.
Yes.
And so Lucasfilms has now offered internships to kids who are in FIRST. So
Oh,
you can go, and I think they build a part of the
Park and
the
they've
park
been
at
participating in the
Disney?
movie.
Wow.
and they can participate in putting together.
And now they're offering internships.
There's
Yes,
so
so
many
Belizean
opportunities.
students, have access to that now that they have.
Yes.
And once you are in first, you can apply with different college for
Scholarships.
scholarship.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes, so you can put first on your resume, and it's something that's identifiable.
Sweet.
So the school knows about FIRST.
Yeah.
FIRST is big in the U.S. The FIRST, like I said, vibe is growing across the world, and so we are happy to be another red dot on their map. And so
Nice.
let's do it, Belize.
Perfect, man.
And
Great job,
so the competition will be yearly.
Yes.
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 All right.
Actually, for this year, we get double because, we have the national tournament
Yeah.
Saturday, but then
Yeah.
we have the release date of the team August. So we hope to have registrations by August so that we can get you the kit and you can have a longer window to build, program, and then when we have the competition, tight race.
All right.
This is
so
nice.
definitely
nice,
an
nice.
opportunity to take the kids out to experience something new if they've not been exposed to it before, and even if they just if they have had some exposure, take them out, let them see what the others are doing, and sign up for
The summer camp
the summer
and
camp.
for next season.
All right.
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank
you guys.
too.
Thank you so very much.
All right, we're
that
going
was
to
an
take that
excellent one.
break, and we'll come back with our wrap-ups. Please stay tuned.